remember all the fans being like, who is that kid? Who is that kid? And like, they were like, where's Chaox, man? I'm like, I don't know. I'm just here. Hey, I'm WildTurtle, and this is Ultimate List presented by Omen. Today I'm going to be ranking my best plays sent over by the fans. So let's get started. Okay, here I remember being really nervous on this situation. I think I actually had my cleanse up like when Modern Warriors went on me like a bit later. Or it just came up right here, but I didn't realize it was up. Here I'm just like full auto attacking. I think I have a double PD build, which people are making fun of me for having. There I missed the cleanse. I'm just sitting there and auto attacking. Thank you, Darius, for the Shen ulti. Honestly, in that clip, I felt very supported from my team. Here I'm just like mauling them down. I'm honestly like feeling myself here, just full auto attacking. See here, Nick Wu doesn't ult me here, which is like really funny because I actually saw him recently. He always talks about like not ulting me. And then a lot of Mortis gets this hook on me, which I didn't cleanse, unfortunately. I'm too in the moments, too zoned in over here. And honestly, at this very moment, I was very ecstatic, very, very nervous about the whole situation. I actually couldn't even believe I got a pentakill in my first game, so I think fans will always remember this moment, and so will I. I would say this was like one of my best plays. Granted, it was like my first LCS game. It was the first pentakill of the LCS, and it's kind of what made me a popular player at the time. So I really think this play was kind of made my career, kind of made the fans all happy about it. I did not. When I got the call to play as a sub for TSM, I actually thought it was just going to be like a 1 week thing, and I was going to stay with my original team, which was C9 at the time. Granted, C9 came in the later splits and ended up dominating, so who knows, maybe in a different timeline I'd be on that team and would still have the same outcome. But moving on TSM and having that first pentakill was definitely game-changing for me. I was very happy to do it. They flew me to PAX East like right after that, and I had a fan meet. I remember all the fans being like, who is that kid? Who is that kid? And like, they were like, where's Chaox, man? I'm like, I don't know. I'm just here. I remember stealing this Baron. I don't know. In the game, I felt like I was definitely going to get this Baron. Like, it was just like a feeling. I think this was like kind of game-winning for us at the time. Oh, I remember wanting to beat X Special very badly in this moment too. Oh, I got hit by claws. Yeah, that Jinx steal was definitely a very memorable moment for me. I just felt in the game that, oh, they're on Baron, and I felt like I was going to steal it. I didn't even know I was 9-0 in this clip, actually. I would rate this play pretty high, considering I'm already 9-0 here. I would give this one an A, or an S maybe. So that's where I put that play. I did have the blue orb, so it wasn't completely blind, so I had a general idea of what HP it was. I definitely had like a really good intuition, just because like well, I played a lot of League for like a lot of years, and then I know like exact damage of most champions, so I would have like a pretty good intuition of like when I could steal stuff, because like I also jungled for a long time as well, and I played basically all the roles in League of Legends, so I pretty much knew the damage. I knew League of Legends like pretty well back then, so it was I had a pretty good idea of what the HP was generally of objectives. Well, he was just like low and backing, so I just pressed R on him, but that was a really cool kill as well. Yeah, so here on this play I already know Smoothie is level 6 in the bush. I actually have my finger on flash here just in case he's going to ult me. So honestly, it's a good reaction, of course, but it was definitely the anticipation was there because I see their jungler coming up. Here's another replay of it. See, I already see their jungler here, so I already have an intuition. My flash is on the finger, and obviously I honestly think if Smoothie did a short ultimate, he probably would have been able to hit me, but he did a longer one and completely whiffed it. So I would say I would rate this play, I would give it a B or A, probably a B, because I don't think it's super impressive, but the reaction time is definitely there. All the info is there, so I think it's a pretty good play for the time, but I would still give it a B. I have like 2 AD carries that I think are like the best of all time that I played versus. I think Uzi back in 2014, 2015, this guy was like just a beast. Like 2014, he was just definitely a better player than me. I remember playing the Tristana versus his Caitlyn, and I just couldn't play the game, and he was definitely, because back in NA I would just play Tristana versus Caitlyn like no problem. But versus Uzi, I was like, wow, I can't even breathe. Like, he just has so much pressure on me. And in the recent years, I think playing against Ruler in 2020 was definitely like a wake-up call as well. I was like, wow, this guy's like leagues above me. He's just a way better AD carry than me. So those two players were the AD carries where I was just like, I can't beat these guys. COG, this is like a really rough year, I remember. Just came off a good year of FlyQuest. Alright, let's see what happens here. Dodge the Gragas ultimate. I thought Sven was trolling when he ulted there, so I knew we were going to win this fight. And here I'm just like full attacking. Roxal got a pretty good ulti here. Finn's my backup here. KS the kill with the Gale Force. Did I end up getting the Penta here? Oh, nice. Thank you, Finn. Well, honestly, that was a very well played sequence, I think, from me. Sven here, I knew we were going to win the fight when Sven ulted here because he's just wasting his ultimate, and we're in a choke point now, so I'm extremely confident that we're going to win this fight. Anyway, thank you, Finn, for getting me the Pentakill. You were a pleasure to play with. Alright, let's see this tier list. We'll put this one at A. Just because I think C9 kind of messed up that fight more than I played extremely well. I think I played really well to capitalize on it, so I would give it an A. I would say this wasn't like a really underwhelming one, and this is the one that gets overlooked the most, I think. I was on IMT, and I actually got a pentakill with Ashe. I don't know what team it was against, maybe Team Liquid or something. But that one was just like such a nonchalant pentakill that I really enjoyed it. I don't feel like I overexerted myself. I was kind of just playing the game, and then like I just got really lucky and got a pentakill. So I really like that pentakill. All right, let's see. I thought we were gonna lose this fight because we kind of wasted Ori and Nami ulti here, but then I'm just like free hitting because Amazing landed a really good cocoon. This was such a nail biting fight. I'm just auto attacking, critting sneaky over the wall. I think everyone remembers that one. Wow. I remember playing this game and being like really nervous when this happened over here, because the Ori ulti actually pushed them back, because I think I could have hit them over the wall. The Nami ulti here, we hit 2. Amazing with amazing cocoon. Funny. Just hitting balls here for free. Lemonation's not blocking anything with his Braum here, so that was like really good as well. But I think over here, like when I'm 1 HP, actually Sneaky was talking about this play with me. I remember he was saying like, dude, that Raptor just blocked my rocket. You can see over here that the Raptors got aggroed, and they're like blocking his big rocket over here. Oh, it was actually just a minion over here, which is really funny. Probably would have killed me if it landed. But here I am with the static shiv. I actually flashed to get the static shiv proc back in the day. You would be able to get your static faster if you flash. So I ended up doing that. That actually ended up saving the game. This was crazy. Crazy moments. This is game 5. This is such a nail-biting situation. I'm not even fed here. I started like 1-2 and 1. So this is huge. I would definitely rank this one a triple S just because I am not very fed and honestly just had a really good team fight. Thank you for carrying me, guys. I think it was against Team Liquid. It was against Keith when he was on Corki, and our base was getting sieged by TL, and I was playing the Jinx. And I think I got a Quadra kill, potentially a Pentakill in our base. I remember that, like defending that, I felt very relieved that we were able to defend that base. And another favorite moment of mine in my career, it wasn't a certain play, but winning IEM Katowice in 2015 was a really big moment for us as a team and for me as a player as well. I didn't know what we had what it took to beat international teams, so winning that one was definitely like one of my favorite moments in my career. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Ultimate List presented by Omen. Thank you guys for being my fans and being here for me all the time. Let me know in the comments how I did, and see you later.